I'm back talking with Chris Sparshott at IBM. Hi. Hey, in the past we've talked about digital profiles, and that was a really interesting discussion. I guess if we accept the fact that the whole control and visibility thing is going to happen, it'd be quite interesting to hear your thoughts about what we're going to do with all that data, how we're going to make some meaning from it.
Cool. You know, there's in my mind there's two aspects of that. There's perhaps the one that's pre-existing that everyone's aware of, which is business intelligence. You know, everyone knows that there's 1 billion terabytes of data produced by each person every second of the day. You know, there's so much of it, no one knows what to do with it, which is great if you sell storage, you know, because you just can sell more and more of it. But the fact you've got stuff stored on some disk somewhere, who cares? What's the value of doing that? What's the value of that to your business or you as an individual? And certainly the business intelligence tools are there to really, in some way, aggregate all the content that exists, maybe about a business process as well, and to get some meaning from it. And you know, going from sort of static data warehouses, we just go in, use some methodology to access them, get some meaning out of it, to real time. I'm going to make some decisions based on what's happening right here, right now, which is quite advanced. And certainly with IBM, you can tell this is a hugely growth industry because we just set up a whole new business unit. And just the premise that there's more data means that there's going to be more opportunity, more requirements for businesses to do that. So the second aspect is kind of encapsulated by that term mashup. Mashup just essentially means taking information or bits of information from multiple different sources and presenting it in a way to give you some value. Whatever value that is. So the one that's always referenced is Google Maps, and putting some content over Google Maps saying like, here's a house for sale, bang, there you go. But really all the value added activities around IT that I see in the software space is around aggregation of content in some form. There are applications doing their core stuff all over the place, but they still are heavily siloed. There's no communication or visibility of what else is happening in the company. What mashups allow you to do is really pull content from multiple sources and actually get some value and relevance from them. And that's actually a really difficult thing to do a couple of years ago. But now it's actually a really simple thing to do. Even if it's just a case of hooking into a couple of, or RSS enabling a few databases, RSS a few applications, we can do a huge amount of information. We can deliver a huge amount of information, get a huge amount of value from those systems before we could. And while the space mashups, we have a product Lotus mashups, there are others on the market, still really new. It's clear from the discussions I have with my client set that I want something that can access those systems really quickly, but I don't have to be a deep techie to do it. I can mix information and get some value because I've got this problem today. It's really, really important, and it starts to reflect I need to be quick, I need to be flexible, and I don't want heavyweight IT coding or programming around that. I want simplicity.
So I guess, like a lot of these things, the issues aren't really technical. The issues are on one hand cultural, kind of doing the needs analysis as to what information, what aggregation do we actually need, and then those privacy issues that we've talked about before.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that the problems that businesses have are never IT technical. If they are, then there's something wrong. Really, IT is there for one purpose only, and that's to drive the business, to give you business advantage. If it doesn't do that, then there's no point doing it. And the thing is, what's happened over time is applications have given you value. So a specific CRM application, an ERP application, a messaging application has given you value, and it's kind of okay. But now I want to, in some way, use these all together to get additional value. And the advances in technology have enabled this, but the desire to do it, I think, has always been there in some form or other.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Ben.